Is his wallet leather? Is his wallet fat? For not a year later, it's got you lying on your back. You should have closed your windows and got another dog. You should have chained up all the doors and switched up all the locks. And how many times have I prayed?
Who sings this song?
Clutch.
The angels
Let
would
'em.
speed me
Fuck off.
away. Dream with the feathers of angels stuck beneath your
right, that's enough of that. Good morning and happy Friday, WBAM Radio. It's me, Bonley Johnson, and
me, Gen X.
Gen X. And Bonley Johnson coming at you live.
That I don't like that, by the way.
I do.
I do it for you.
Well, what do you want to call yourself? Hi, this is Jen Niffer. We'll change your new last name is Niffer.
Nipper.
Jen Niffer.
Nipless.
not Nip, Niff. Like Jennifer.
I know. I know.
Hello.
But
duh.
I'm trying to be funny, and you're ruining my joke.
Oh my God, that's my gig. You're supposed to be pretty and make fun of me.
You are not good at the joke thing.
Oh. But I promised everybody a free yodeling lesson.
Oh, you did. You know, I had forgotten.
But now we're going to do a joke lesson instead. So, knock, knock. Come on, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Old lady.
Old lady who?
Exactly. Now you can yodel. Old lady who?
That's the dumbest thing I have ever heard.
Yeah, you waited 2 days.
Almost the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You've had some humdingers in the past that have been pretty bad.
But there's your yodeling lesson. You're welcome. I'll send you the bill in the mail.
Yodeling.
Old lady who? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe I fucking fell for that.
I can't believe people were like, I can't wait to hear what he does.
I was Now, I want to hear you actually yodel.
I can't yodel. Old lady who? That was my yodel.
You can actually yodel.
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Let me hear you try. I want to hear you try. I'll show you.
What do you do for yodel? What do you do for yodel? I mean, is there a certain phrase you use?
No, it's just
I don't know. Do you say the word yodel?
Yodel.
Do you say yodel? Old lady who? I don't know. It's one of those things that you have to do spontaneously. For me, anyway.
I turn when into,
I do that.
I don't know, church lady or something.
It's like the way Tyler Childers sings. He has a little yodel to his voice.
There's something you can hear it just kind of go maybe slightly falsetto or something in the back of his throat.
Yeah, I can do it. I just can't do it on command.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, so the song that actually started this was oh shit, what song was it?
I don't know.
I got a feeling called the blues.
Yeah, it was a Hank song. Yeah.
Baby said goodbye.
Yep, it was a Hank Senior song. The Lovesick Blues.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
but I've never tried that song.
When that one actually, I know several years ago, when that one actually was released on Smule, and it was like, oh my gosh, and it like all my people anyway, all my country people went like freaking crazy because that song had been put on Smule, and that was before the days of the community songbook. We didn't have all these choices. We had
you have been on Smule for a long time.
11 years.
Yeah. That's longer than most people's relationships. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and
impressive.
Old relationships I've had in that.
Old relationships. Oh, the relationships. There's a yodel for you. Oh, relationships. Had some doozies. I have too. We've talked about a few of them. Man hands was one of them. Yes. You called me out on it, but I did steal the phrase from Seinfeld. But it did happen for real.
It did happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man hands. It's funny. That's a good episode. I don't remember a whole lot about Seinfeld. I remember a couple episodes, and I think it's mostly just because they've been placed in my memory so many times from like memes and such like that.
Right.
I really
They're
don't
in
remember
the quote unquote lexicon. Our speech pattern.
All right, you're gonna have to carry the show just a little bit here because I'm trying to eat my donut.
Why are you eating a donut in front of me?
I'm starving.
If there's anybody supposed to be eating a thing with a hole in it, it's me, not you. You eat a cream stick. like a
I
woman.
eat what I want.
You eat a cream stick like an adult.
Whatever I'm in the mood for.
You ever have those crullers from Tim Hortons, the honey crullers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I love those.
Yeah.
But
But
again, back
my
to
go-to at my go-to at Tim Hortons though is always Timbits.
yeah. They always put
Because
shitty ones in there when you get the combos. The ones they can't get fucking rid of. So you have to ask for specific Timbits.
I mean, are any of them really shitty?
Yeah, some of them are. I don't like those fucking
I don't think so.
plain
I
ones.
think they're all good. I mean, some are better than others, but
the chocolate iced ones, those are good.
ah,
Yeah. I could just eat the box of chocolate
you
ice.
like some chocolate salty balls.
I did. Put them in your mouth. Put them in your mouth. But just back to the generic stuff, though. I love those Nichols Tractor Fair, or what they're called. What are they called? Nichols something Fair donuts. County Fair or something like that. They look like little tractor wheels. They're like a sourdough glazed donut. And they look like tractor wheels. Donut Fair, they're called. Yes.
Hostess now makes those.
Do they?
Yes.
So they're
make
not
those
just
too.
local anymore?
No,
I'm not sure. Is
Hostess-
Nichols national or local?
I think they're local.
Because we have two Nichols factories, one in Akron and one in, the hell's the name of that little shit town right outside of Massillon? Oh, God, I'm drawing a blank. Navarre. There's one in Navarre and there's one in Akron. But I didn't know if they were local or national because there was two of them like that. So,
Well, I think they must be local because there are some stores around here that you can find it in, and others you cannot.
well,
And if you
it
go,
has to be because Nichols is in
and-
every store here.
Right, and you go farther south, and you don't see it at all. So it has to be local.
Anybody out there on chat, Pagan Lady, you're out there. I don't know if you're listening. What about you, Tisha? Is Nichols in your store? Nichols
Nichols,
bread.
Nickles.
Yeah.
Nichols.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
And we'll just say to do 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 for the 8-second delay
Now we got.
until she answers. She's probably we don't have them. Yeah, it's local then, but yeah, they make those donuts. They're like a sour cream donut with glaze on them.
They're heavy.
Yeah, heavy. Normally that's not my jam, but those are so good.
I like a good cake donut.
If it's good. Of course, I prefer a peanut butter cream stick. That's my jam. But a very, very, very close second.
Around here, those are called Long Johns.
Long Johns, yeah, I've heard that. Sylvia made me aware of that before she left chat. Yep.
Did she call them Long Johns?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, that was the joke. That was her. She was autistic, so her jokes were like a little. I don't want to say obvious. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Like superficial?
Maybe superficial, but it's superficial and obvious. And
yeah. But yeah, she called me Long Bon Johnson because of the Long John, because I told her that's what I
actually
like.
That was actually pretty clever.
Yeah. Well, but it's obvious though.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not the word I'm looking for. And superficial is not the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I don't know what the word is.
I don't know exactly what word.
English escapes me most of the time.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's a shame she left. It kind of pisses me off.
Tell her about it. She'll come back.
Well, I don't want her to come back unless she wants to. I don't want to beg people. But I liked listening to her. She pissed some people off. That's why she left, because a couple of them yelled at her because she was talking about her relationship woes in every chat room. I'm like, so? Your fucking thumb don't work? You can't just scroll past it? Who gives a shit what people talk about in chat?
Well, I figure, I mean, if you're in every one of the same chats, I mean, I don't understand the point in building 5 separate groups that are exactly the same people.
It does
What
happen,
is
though.
I don't understand the point, but it is what it is.
It is. And there is so much crossover. But I'm okay with that. We're holding our own at 172 people.
I'm not even talking about like in the radio stands. I'm talking about groups in general.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to a group and it's full of the same people that you just left talking in the other room. It's just the same people. So
Kinda,
I don't know.
kinda. Like I'm on some Facebook groups for golf cart stuff, and there's a couple of them that are just different. They have guys who actually know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're not trolls. There's a couple of them that are just trolls. Every time you post a question on there or put something on there, they just shit on you and make fun of you. So you have to, you have to
Are
go
those the
through.
Are those the ones I'm in?
Probably. It's probably you in disguise as some redneck dude in South Carolina.
Maybe I'm disguised here. Maybe I am some redneck dude in South Carolina.
You might be. I'm tired of everybody always pointing out Alabama, so I'm going to use other states. Pisses me off. I was making
There's
fun
rednecks
of it.
everywhere.
Yeah, there is. Who cares? They're good people.
Thank
Don't
you.
bother me none. Well, they always make fun of Alabama for being, like married to your cousin, that kind of stuff. But all these fucking nerds that make fun of them also watch Game of Thrones and Star Wars. And there's fucking high levels of incest in both of those. And I'm like, are you sure Alabama's the problem? Are you sure you don't want to go back and you and Gandalf bang your sister? I mean, are you sure that's not what you're really into and that's why you're shitting on Alabama?
Well, I mean, Kentucky gets a bad rap for that too.
Yeah. West Virginia
And
too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, every stereotype is rooted in truth.
Oh, of course. When you have a limited
Yeah, when the pool,
Pool.
is pretty shallow.
the dating pool, when your family tree is a straight line.
when the pool is that shallow, I mean, you're probably you're gonna find
Right. It'll happen.
yeah.
I know people. Personally know people who were married to their first cousins locally here, not far away from me. And
Yeah, I don't
everybody
think-
shit on them. But I'm like, how can you not? I'm sorry. Then when
Well,
they
you
got
know,
divorced, she's like, what a terrible person. I'm like, dude, you married your cousin. How can you shit on him for anything?
I grew up not knowing my dad or his family. I didn't know anything about them.
That's another
And-
issue too. Becoming an
Right.
adult before you meet relatives.
Yeah. Well, I actually met my first cousin when
Mhm.
we were out and about running around, and
I like where
I
this
went
is
home
going.
and I went home telling. I mean, thank God nothing happened. But anyway, I went home that night, and after I'd met him, and I was telling my mom about him and what a great guy he was, and he just seemed really sweet, and we had a date this coming weekend, blah blah blah. And I told her his
Oh,
name.
you
and
didn't
she
know.
said, no, I had no idea.
Oh.
But she did because he was a couple years older than me.
Uh-huh.
So she knew who he was, and she says, I don't think that's a good idea, sis."
Yeah, you end up on what show was it? Was it one of the talk shows where the half brother and half sister were engaged to be married before they found out they were half brother and half sister?
Oh, that was they found out from like 23andMe or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their father was a philanderer and a womanizer, and yeah.
And then there are people who are from sperm banks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
And then
what do you?
and then there's wait a minute.
Like, I
wait a
have this
minute, wait a
strange
minute.
attraction to you.
What? Well, oh, what about? Had you heard about the guy? I forget where he was. The doctor who used his own sample.
That was. I think
and
that was close to here,
inseminated-
close to us.
I think it was. Anyway, but he inseminated like hundreds of women
If not
with his
more.
own-
Yeah,
with his own semen.
yeah, because
And,
it was a busy clinic he worked at.
Oh, I mean, how many children he fathered, and they're still learning. They're
Yeah.
still finding.
I bet it's in the
siblings.
thousands because it's so easy to do.
Oh my!
And he
gosh,
was
it
just
was-
he was just a narcissist.
yeah.
He got
There's
off
a-
on that.
Yeah, there's a documentary about that on Netflix.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's not. If it was your life that was ruined by it, it wouldn't be funny. But
Well, and the thing is, they're like all from the same small area.
right,
They're
that's
all
the
in
real
same
issue.
Region.
Like, if you look like me,
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I need to I need to get up with Angelina Jolie and see if we're related. We look so
Yeah.
much alike.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she keeps sending me friend requests. Maybe I'll finally accept one and I'll ask her for you.
Ask her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm because I'm pretty
Keanu,
sure.
I assume.
I'm pretty sure we're from the same. There's somewhere. There's a link somewhere.
Yeah, I have no full siblings. I have
We
only
have
half
the same
siblings.
lips.
So I have a bunch of people out, and my dad was like that. So I don't know. So I can't go to Australia because he was over there for a while. So I have to be
Doesn't mean
careful.
you can't go. You just
Well,
don't scrog anybody.
What's the point of going then? Is it true? I mean, I'm so old school when it comes to like those rumors and things, you know, like Mike E died from eating Pop Rocks, that kind of stuff. Urban legends.
Right.
I still believe a lot of those because I don't know for sure. I know the Mikey thing was fake because he's still alive. But
Is it?
yeah. Mm-hmm. But what about the urban legend that in Australia, the ratio of women to men is 7-1? I heard that when I was a kid and I believed it, and I wanted to move to Australia because I thought, well, even I should be able to find a girlfriend down there.
I think I've heard that too. I don't know that I heard 7-1, but I would say there's probably some truth to it. There's probably more women than men.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a penal colony originally.
A what?
Penal colony. Now they have less peen than ween. So, my how the tables have turned.
My.
Yeah, that was where the British colonies used to send all their prisoners when they couldn't deal with them. They'd put them on that island, just leave them there.
I thought that was New Zealand.
Yeah, okay, well, it's the same thing. It's right there at the tip.
Not the same thing.
Yeah, right across the lake from each other.
But they're still not the same thing. They are two separate entities.
Well, I mean.
On two separate continents, actually.
Yes. Unfortunately, that's how that works. Well, how did they be so close to each other and it not get part of the continent? Whoever drew the map is on. They're like, we're just going to leave Australia alone. Everything around it, nope. Sorry, that's Asia. Nope. Sorry. But it's right beside it.
You're asking the wrong person. I don't have that information.
Where's Stevie when you need him?
You think I'm smart or something?
We kicked Kyle out, so we can't ask him anymore. He won't even return my messages. So,
well,
he still blames me.
You know, he messaged me a couple months ago because my Instagram got cloned, and he says, I don't think this is you, but I mean, if it is, no judgment. Because
what was your quote unquote clone doing?
All kinds of things that I wish I had the balls to do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of genius when you think about it.
She was having way more fun than I am.
Yeah, she was definitely a he.
Probably.
Yeah,
but,
there's no doubt.
I don't care. My clone was having some fun.
That's kind of a genius move. You know, if you wanted to be a fucking douche, create a clone. Create a clone IG or Facebook, whatever. Go around and piss off all the people you hate. Like, that wasn't me. Yeah. It's a clone. It's kind of genius.
Well, I suppose. I was just a little jealous of her.
Yeah?
I would like to do some of those things.
Was she showing people her boobies?
Lots of them.
See? How many boobies did she have?
Well, I mean, lots of pigs.
Oh.
I assume she only had 2.
Well, you never know.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, there was only 2 per picture. It doesn't, maybe she had some on her back or something. I don't know, but I only saw 2 per picture. I friended her.
Did you really? That's hilarious. That's what I would have done. You ever heard that story about Instagram, Dave Chappelle, and Cat Williams?
No.
So, Dave Chappelle is not on Instagram. But he knew of this clone account that was out fucking with people using his likeness and his name, but he just didn't care because he thought it was funny. He followed it and thought it was funny until it got in a fight with Cat Williams, the other big comedian, you know, and they were going back and forth, and he was like, oh, fuck, you know, and it was like getting really heated and shit. So he ran into him at a club and he's like, hey, man, listen, that's not me. I'm really sorry. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? They were both clones. Neither of them was the real one. They were fighting with each other. He's like, I'm not on Instagram either.
That's funny.
It is funny. And Dave Chappelle thought it was funny. But that's what I would do. I would follow it and see what I did. That's pretty cool. Just like you said.
Like
Boy, I wish I had the balls to do that.
Yeah, I like her.
Is she from your hometown too? I mean, was it an exact clone or is it just a?
Oh yeah,
she
it was
used
an
your
exact
likeness?
clone. Exact. It was my profile again, doing all kinds.
How do
of
they
naughty
do that?
stuff.
They just
I don't
copy it
know.
all. I mean, that takes some effort, right?
I
Or is there a
guess, I mean,
copy paste thing you can do with profiles?
I'm actually kind of flattered that they chose me.
Well, you're
I'm
hot.
surprised that
You have
I'm
good
surprised that
pictures.
you
You
didn't.
look good, man. You have big hair, big eyes, and all that. You would be copyable. I would not. Who the hell would want to look like fucking Santa Claus? There's so many Santa Claus looking guys out there already. That's why there's no copies of me that I'm aware of. If there is, I
Well,
want to know
maybe.
because I want to follow them.
So therefore, you have been cloned. You've been cloned in real life. There are so many Santa Clauses.
Well, that's true. I get that a lot too. Not the Santa Claus thing, but like, hey, didn't I ride with you back in the 80s? Blah, blah, blah. No, I had no beard and curly hair back in the 80s, so tweren't me. But I get that a lot. Hey, you look just like that guy. Which is
You
probably
don't get
why.
but you don't get the Santa Claus thing.
Not a lot, no. I only
It's
wear
because
my beard like
you're
this in the
too.
winter,
Well, yeah, but you're not fat enough.
yeah.
You're not.
Yeah. I've played Santa Claus at work, but I was heavier then. I was 300 pounds then, so it kind of fit.
You're not heavy enough to be Santa.
That was 50 pounds ago. And it was really good because I knew all the kids' names because their parents never shut the fuck up about them back then. So when they would come in, I'd be like, ho, 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 who, whatever, you know, McKenna, or whoever.
Fisher was there.
So Patty Cake does what he plays Santa Claus? Or is it just in your bedroom? We need to file a disclaimer. Tisha is not really a hoe. This is all a shtick we do. So all you creepy guys, keep your penis pictures to yourself unless she asks you for them, which eventually she will because she really is a hoe. I mean, this is really a ruse. Don't send her your dick pics. Please don't. That's rude. Nobody wants to see that shriveled up little fucking thing anyway.
You know.
Right?
Right. I mean, you can be quite a surprise when you open a room and then boom,
Right there
there's
in
a
your
dick.
face. It's bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and you don't know what to say. You know,
People,
yeah.
some people ask for it and they deserve it. However, Tisha is not one of those people. She's a sweet lady. She throws pussy
No.
at her husband left and right, but that's a different.
Don't, you know, you don't push it.
Yes, don't do
You
that.
said she was a sweet lady.
Don't.
She's not sweet.
Well,
But don't send her dick pics. Those go to Bonley Johnson. He screens them before he sends them to
Yes.
us.
I am the screener.
He
They
makes
call,
sure that we get the worthy dicks.
they call me the sieve. The little ones go down the drain, the rest stay in my little basket. If they're pretty enough, I send them to Jen. Then she screens them, sends the leftovers down to Tisha. Tisha takes the ones she wants and sends the rest down to Saltum. That's how it works.
So Saltum, sorry, honey. You get you either get the little tiny ones
Leftovers.
or the great big ones.
The leftovers. If they're too big for Saltum, she sends them to Heather. So, Heather's a size queen. She only wants the giant ones.
Well, speaking of which,
What, Heather
I
or
don't
size queens?
understand large penises.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why the porn industry thinks that that's what we want to see.
It's not for you.
Why isn't it?
It's for men.
Do men want to see
Listen,
massive penises?
yes, they do. They psychologically, it's true.
Because you want to feel bad about yourself, or
no, because you want to picture yourself being the big stud ramming that hot chick. That's the whole appeal of it.
But the majority, I mean, in my experience, the
No,
majority
you're
of
not
men
wrong.
are not.
You are not wrong. However, it's not for the girls. There are women out there who are size queens. That's a real thing.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of them whores take some. Ugh.
The foot and pussy girls.
God.
Pussy laid out so big your foot could fit in it. If you stepped in, it's like stepping in a bear trap.
Or your head. Hey,
Like
wasn't that you in that video?
That was not me. That fucking video was very viral. That was one of the very first viral porn videos ever. Hey, it was fake as shit, but it's fucking hilarious.
I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple that were considered viral porn.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that it's, and the guys were like, I don't watch for penis. Yeah, you do. If you didn't, you'd only watch lesbo porn. Sorry.
well, I mean, I like lesbian porn.
Everybody does, right? But I'm just saying, that's not all guys watch. They watch guys and girls together. So you have to be looking at it. You can't not be looking at it. It's right there. Dong, right in your fucking face.
Dong. Dong.
If you're, and if you're afraid to admit it, it's probably because you're closeted. You might be a little more gay than you think you are. I don't get turned on by the male body, but it's utilitarian and it serves its purpose, and yeah, it doesn't bother me. It's part of the game, right?
I suppose. I mean, sex sells, and if they figure out some algorithm or whatever it is that they use that makes more money, more views, more whatever. I mean, if that happens to be large penises, then so be it, I guess. But I find them disgusting.
Yeah. Okay, let's dive in a little deeper here. How many have you had that were too big? Let's go with a nice hard number here.
Two.
Two?
Mm-hmm.
That's more times than I've been too big. Way more times. Actually, that happened. It did happen to me one time, but it wasn't because of me. It was her. Like, it was ridiculous, man. It was like threading a needle. Fucking crazy. Everybody's different. Everybody's built different.
Well, I mean, I'm a large woman.
Mm-hmm.
I can
You're not a
accommodate.
large woman. Get out of here. Maybe
I
you have
am
been
a
at one.
large-
You're not. I stood beside you, had my arm around you. You're a normal sized person. You're not big at all.
I mean, normal has a pretty wide range.
You're above average in height. That's about it. And you're not that far above average.
Kiss my ass.
You're just a little tall. I think you look normal.
I don't know what kind of gargantuan woman you've been looking at, but
Man hands. Told you. That bitch could palm a bowling ball. She didn't even need no finger holes.
I can do that.
You cannot.
I mean, the weight gets me a little bit.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm gonna hold your hand next time I see you,
Look at that.
and I'll tell everybody.
Look at that.
I'm not
Big
looking.
hands.
Hold on, I'm not looking. My shit's all turned off.
Oh, you didn't even see.
No, I didn't.
I did it just specifically.
You have your lights out or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it
'Cause
dark?
it looks dark. It looks like I'm watching one of those night videos. But I'm not watching you, so you don't have to turn your light on.
better.
Now let me see it. See, I can make my hand look big. Well, everybody can do that. That's the penis trick too. You
That
get
was
right
the
angle.
joke. That was the joke.
Is it?
And you weren't even looking. And now all these people out in Radio Land are like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And nobody can see what they're doing. And here we're
poor Sultan. She's like, we can't talk about sex anymore. See, she's one of those ones that gets like actual horny from these conversations. That's why she's blushing. No. I was horny when you were eating your donut. But now I'm good.
hand check.
I got tiny hands, LOL, a size 4 in rings. I don't know what I wear in a ring. I think it's like an 11.
Who said that? I don't have chat open.
Tisha.
Who said that?
Tisha.
Tiny hands. She's just.
No, she is marketing herself for the average penis size. She's like, I promise when I grab it, it will look huge. It will look massive in my tiny hands. She's got something there. That could be a marketing thing.
Well, I mean, maybe, but she's also going to get a tiny penis.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I might blow up on her.
Well.
Figuratively, not literally.
Okay. Now I'm horny. Now you got my attention. No. Oh, my elbow. So what size ring do you wear?
Me?
Yep.
7.
What's your ring finger? 7? That's normal.
7.
That's
yep.
normal.
Oh, yeah. I know. Normal. I know. We've discussed how normal I am.
Very. Well, you're always like, I'm so this and I'm so that. And you're not. You're just normal.
In my world, I've always been the tallest.
Well, you're tall for a girl, but you're not.
When you're the tallest and you're in 7th grade. And
well, okay. If you're talking school stuff, okay, yes.
I mean, it scars you for life, though.
I'm sure it does.
You wear a size 12, and all of your little 5'2" people are wearing. I wear a 4, and I'm like, you feel enormous.
Did you not go through that period though, where they were jealous of you for being like having tits and stuff?
No. Actually, Tisha and I had this conversation just the other day. I don't
know how girls' world works, but
I actually got made fun of because I actually got my period when I was 9, so I developed very very young. But when I developed, my boobs grew straight down.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, I grew old lady tits. So. I mean, it's just who I am. And that's okay.
Yeah. But there was no jealousy that you had boobs?
No.
It was shunned back then?
I got made fun of.
Huh.
Got made fun of. And I actually, because I got made fun of, I didn't want to wear a bra to school. And that
probably made it worse, right?
I got sent home, yes. But I didn't realize that at the time. You know, my 10-year-old brain was just saying,
you're not thinking
like
sexually at all.
No, my 10-year-old brain is saying I just want to be like everybody else. So I didn't want to wear a bra, and I didn't, and I got sent home because I wore some kind of vest little thing that was like showing everything that I had. And Mom had to come get me, and I was just mortified. I cried and cried and cried.
That's hard to get over.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. That kind of thing does scar you.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get that.
And then we moved, so I don't have to see those people ever.
They're like, I wonder what happened to fucking Missile Tits. She probably went on to a career in porn. She's probably a stripper down at. She's probably a stripper down at the old foxhole.
You can find me on Instagram.
Those people who are following her are probably the ones from your old school. Like, we knew it. She was 10 years old and flaunting that shit. We knew where she was going in life. That's awful. That does cross my mind occasionally.
What?
Because we moved so
My
much. I wonder what
mental
people
tits.
think. Yeah. Well, those two. But I just wonder what people think ever happened to me. Or if they even wonder. They even wonder. I know some people do because there's people that's gotten a hold of me. But
I have one Facebook friend from that time in my life.
mm-hmm.
Like I went to the same school in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
Right.
And those are actually probably my happiest times was from those years, but
Mm-hmm.
I have one Facebook friend from that period of time.
Yeah. Moving fucks with you.
Yeah.
It
I
does.
never had, and that was the longest I was ever at one school. So it was, those 3 years I built lifelong friendships.
Yep. Same. Caldwell was the longest I was ever at one school. And that was 3rd through 8th twice. That was so. I loved 8th grade so much I did it twice.
Yeah. So you had what, 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had 3.
Yeah. That's that's pretty good. 6 years. I still have friends from down there, but there's a lot of people that have no idea who I am or where I went, and they don't care. And that's okay. There's a couple that did wonder where I went, what I did.
I still sometimes will look up people that I knew back then. Of course, I was a little girl, so I wasn't like into the dudes
Right.
or anything. I can't really remember their names, and most of the girls have gotten married, and I can't.
That's an issue, right?
Yeah, I
The married
can't. I
name
can't
thing.
find them based on their maiden names anyway. But that was the period of time when I got my first kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
I was 10. I was 10.
Same. About that. Yeah. I think I might have been 9.
I was 10, and it was in a cornfield.
Yeah,
How romantic.
I'm
What
trying to
I'd give
remember.
to be kissed in a cornfield today.
I think we were just on the road. It was a gravel road. I don't think there was any. There were too many hills. There were cornfields close by, but.
Did you do the fake marriage thing?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you
With
use for a ring?
Yarn.
We used a bent bob or a bent. What do they call those diaper pins? Safety pins. We bent it.
A safety pin?
Yeah.
God, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Until we found like a real ring that it's like plastic or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I had yarn that.
You should
'cause I
see
was
her
crafty.
now.
I was crafty back then. Who? Why?
She's smoking hot. She's a cop down in Florida.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I thought you were telling the people.
Oh no, you
gotta
should see
her
Jen
now.
right
I'm
now.
like, what
too.
are you talking about?
She does look good today. She got up and fucking did her hair and her makeup and everything. She got all hoed up for the
Well,
morning bowl.
I'm hoping I can jump on Smule after a while.
Yeah. Not me.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I got some bullshit to do after the show and then off to work on my golf cart.
Don't forget the bullshit you gotta take care of with me.
That's the bullshit I was referring to.
Okay. Just want to make sure you don't forget
The
me.
morning bullshit.
Don't forget me.
Yes.
I'll
So
get
coming
you.
up, everybody, you got to remember our monthly show, Flashback.
Flashback.
Sorry, I'm having some digestive issues here.
Do you have to
But
poop?
Jen is going to be the new host. No, just got to burp. I'm trying to do it quietly. Pepsi makes me burp. I don't want to be rude. It'll happen eventually. One of these, because sometimes I just talk.
Pooping would be worse.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
pooping would be way worse. Especially if my mic was remote and I just took it with me.
You know that I have a little bit of I have radio anxiety about that, right?
Yeah, I think about it.
I'm like,
And then I'm like, yeah, who cares?
my tummy's not feeling too good today. Oh God, I hope I make it through this show.
I have one time, and that was back in KFAG days. I was close one time. But I had a co-host, so I could just take off. I'd be like, hey, I'll see you later. I'll be back in 10. Play a couple songs. And he ran
I feel like-
everything, so.
I don't know. Like at this point, like if I were to have to go right now, I would. What do
I
you
would just
do?
I would just talk and play some music until you got back, and I would tell everybody you were shit, and that's what I would do.
We all know that I'm a lady and I don't do that.
I had this discussion. We were talking about, it was actually Cindy Crawford we were talking about, so that puts it was a late 90s time frame. And we were talking about, hey, girls poop too, and they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like we do. And I'm like, no, they don't. Cindy Crawford's poop doesn't stink. I said, and then it's not brown. I said, she shits, and it looks like those little colored rocks down at the bottom of the fish tank. No matter what she eats, it always comes out like that. Pretty rainbows and
Aquarium
pretty
rocks.
colors. Yes. So that's girl poop. We know it's not true.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I live in the same house with one of those.
Well, you
Smells like a pack animal. Walk by the bathroom. Sweet Jesus. Get all
Ask a
three
toddler.
fans going.
ask a toddler. Oh,
Oh, God.
Toddlers will they give you
Oh,
no
God.
zero privacy. You don't get to do anything by yourself if there's a toddler.
That's not where I
around.
was going. I was going with toddlers, the smell they have.
Oh,
when they poop.
toddler poo. Toddler
Oh.
poo is
It's adult
rancid.
shit, man. It's adult shit out of a little body.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
fucking
bad.
foul.
That's when when you can't handle when you can't handle I got stuff falling. But when you can't handle changing the diaper
Mhm.
of a child,
Mhm.
it's time to potty train.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it gets bad.
My son was potty trained very young. However, there was an incident that set it back about a year. We lived in a shitty little apartment, 1-bedroom apartment. And so he was less than 3. And he was all ready. He was broke, man. We had him broke. But the toilet seat was busted. And you know those little knobber things that keep it from going all the way down?
Yeah.
But didn't have it on the seat. And it slammed on his wanker. I was at work and she called me like in hysterics. She's like, I think I got his penis off. I'm like, what the fuck? So
You did not laugh.
No, I was horrified. So I sprinted home. I left work and I sprinted home. It was bad. It was bleeding bad and it was swollen, but it wasn't.
You didn't drive?
Huh? Yes.
You
I sprinted home in my sprint car. We actually only lived about a mile and a half from work. I worked at the truck stop and the apartment was like not even a mile and a half. It may have been a mile. So I got home pretty quick. But it was bad. And he wouldn't use the potty after that. He was like, fuck you. I'm peeing in my pants. I'm pooping in my pants. We had him all broke and then boom. It took him a while. It took him about a year to get over it.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. He was a funny shitter too. He would shit behind the couch and stuff.
Yeah.
And he knew he was, because he was laughing when he was doing it. So he knew that he shouldn't be doing it.
I did that when I was little. I would hide to do
my
business.
It's a typical toddler thing, yeah.
She said I would take the popcorn bowl. So
I did wall art.
I'm hoping that she no longer made popcorn in the bowl, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Hot water and soap does a lot of things.
I don't know. She may have. I mean, and I was just a kid. It did toddler poop.
Was it one of those glass? Not Tupperware. What's that brand?
I don't know.
The glassware that you can bake in.
Pyrex.
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 Yeah.
No.
Our popcorn bowl is Pyrex.
I'm trying to. I don't know. I can't think of. I don't know about the brand, but like the material, the substance, what it was made of. because for the life of me, I can't think of what it's actually called. I think it starts with an M, and I want to call it macrame, and know that that's not right.
No, macrame is a type of
You don't
like
like yarn
lace.
work or
Mm-hmm.
rope
Yeah.
work or
Mm-hmm.
something, right? So it's like I know that's not right. But anyway, it was like it was speckled.
Right.
It was a speckled bowl, and everybody had one. I know if you saw one, you'd know what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
probably. That was common back then to have common things. Like everybody had just like a slightly different color of something. Like those
Yeah,
Pyrex bowls. Everybody had the green and the yellow Pyrex bowls and red ones.
yeah. I'm a
They
common
baked Johnny
man. I drive a
Marzetti.
common van. You don't know that song, do you?
I like to chug a lug a mug of Budweiser beer instead of drink a glass of wine, something like that. I know of the song. John Conley.
Okay. I'm
Was I close?
impressed. I don't know. I don't know all the lyrics. I just know that. I just know that the what's that thing called? The chorus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
The
common
hook.
man. I drive a common van. My dog ain't got no pedigree.
If I have my say, gonna stay that way. High, proud people lose their sanity. Right?
I don't know. I told you. I say
Common
what I
man
know.
is what I'll be. She said it's
Yeah. Yeah.
called Micah. Mika. This is coming from Tisha.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Starts with an M.
I don't know. I never heard of Micah. I've heard of Formica that you put on the floor and countertops.
Well, it's probably the same.
Now we can make a bowl out of that. That's wood. I mean, they do make wooden bowls, but
Yeah.
there we go. Sorry.
What do you think those poor? What do you think those? What are you looking at?
I was burping. I was trying to
Again?
be quiet. Yes, I told you I'm having issues. It never came out until just now. Now I'm good. I'm good
We'll
now.
push it. You're testing my patience this morning.
That's because you took all that time to get ready, and I only lusted over you for 30 seconds. Now you're angry.
I did not do this for you.
Oh, okay. It's your story. You tell it however you want.
You don't know what I got planned.
No, I don't really. But
I'm not gonna tell it.
Well, it ain't my birthday, so I know it ain't for me. Whatever it is.
What's your birthday got to do with anything?
Well, that's the same time you treat me nice.
I'm not nice to you then.
Yeah, you are. Don't lie. You guys all sang songs for me and sent me topless videos. It was great.
That wasn't me.
Oh, yeah.
No,
you.
it wasn't.
You can lie to the people. but you can't lie to
It
me.
might have been my clone. It wasn't me.
Maybe I'm following the right one, too. Who knows? I want a clone now. I have to go out and clone myself because I'm not popular enough. I always change my name and delete my accounts. They piss me off, or I get booted and have to come back as somebody different.
Well, I mean, there's beauty in that.
I get in trouble a lot on Facebook. I'm only behaving now because my profile is attached to the radio station, so I stay away from the honeypot, so to speak, because I like to argue. You know that.
Yeah.
And I don't lose many arguments. I have lost arguments, but I don't lose many arguments. And when you're an argument winner, you're a loser. Because in life, you actually lose. Like in Facebook, they kick you the fuck out.
To let it go.
Yes, and I have. Since, like I said, since I've been attached to the radio station with my profile, I have behaved for the most part. I'll catch myself going, oh, shit, stop, delete. Don't do that.
We've been good for you.
Yes, of course. This radio station is the most fun I've had online ever.
I don't just mean fun.
Well, what else is there?
We've been therapeutic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you've been therapeutic for me too.
You have taught me to take the high road more than the grunt road. I'll give you that. Because, I never back down from an argument or a fight, but I have since, you know.
When I was in third grade, there was a song that we learned,
still in
something
third
about the
grade.
high road and you take the low road and I'll take the high road and I'll be in Scotland before you, something like
Ye.
that.
Afore ye.
Huh?
It's I'll be in Scotland afore ye. It's before you.
I don't think
Those
that
are the
that's
lyrics.
how we sang it though. Maybe, but I don't think that's how we sang it. I was like 8, not 8. I was 8.
I'll be in Scotland afore ye.
So you do know the song?
Yeah. We sang it in third grade too.
Were you in my third grade class?
Unless you were in
Was that
Caldwell,
you?
no. Could have been. Those music teachers did travel. They would molest kids and get fired and go to a different school. So we might have had the same music teacher. I don't know.
This was actually, I mean, maybe it probably wasn't too. We probably weren't too far apart at that time.
No, not really. I mean, not in an airplane anyway. Walking would have been a bit. We were both in Southern Ohio. You were way more Southern than I was.
Well, not then.
Yeah. It's still more Southern because it's down in that dip part of the state.
But I wasn't way more Southern. My point is, I wasn't way more Southern at that point. You were more Southern, and I was more Northern then.
Where were you then?
Lancaster.
Oh, we were about even then, southwise.
Actually, in third grade, I was in Circleville.
Yeah, same thing. We're just below, we're like 25 miles below 70, which is about where you were.
Yep.
70 divides the state evenly. But the problem is, like where you're at now, there's that dippy part of the state. So it's further south on the globe. But
the dippy part?
Yeah, it dips down. Dips down right by Kentucky.
Well, the whole southern border.
It's not a straight line.
No, but I'm saying it all dips down to Kentucky.
Then goes back up.
Well, yeah, but it's still Kentucky.
I know, but it's the dippy part. That's what I'm talking about. There's the dippy part.
Okay. All right.
It's like the wiener of Ohio.
Oh, my God. I'm done with you.
You live in the wiener.
Well, I mean, I won't deny that. I won't argue that fact. It's pretty bad here.
Well, it could be worse. It could be the armpit.
Full of dicks. Full of dicks. Full of dicks. Well, I mean, that's the joke. That's what we say. It's the armpit of Ohio. But I mean, it's obviously not. It's the dick.
Mm-hmm. It's the ball sack. The crevice. It's Ohio's taint. That's right. Taint County. Taint County, huh? Now, you know, man, because I'm telling you, we had a guy from down there, not that far down there, but it's somewhere in between Caldwell and the Portsmouth area, like around Athens-ish. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, well, I know where Athens is, but it's not anywhere near where you're talking about.
Well, isn't it in between? Or is it further west than you?
It is not west. It's way east.
Yeah. Caldwell's way, way east. So that area is in between where you're at now and where I was then.
Okay. So
that's
I don't know
all
where
I'm trying
Caldwell
to get
is.
at. That's
but I thought Caldwell was more central.
No.
Okay.
No. It's straight down 77, like 20 miles north of West Virginia.
I don't know where that is, but okay.
Yeah. Anyhow. If you draw a straight line from Cleveland to West Virginia. So anyhow, we had this kid in driving school. He wasn't a kid. He was 25-ish. Kid to me, but whatever. But his nickname was Tennessee, but that's where he lived. But he sounded like he was from fucking Tennessee. He's like, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Southern Ohio has some deep Southern accents in certain spots. Caldwell being one of those.
Well, really, it's not that way here. Well, not me. I started to say I probably have the thickest Appalachian accent in the area, but no, it's not me. It's my husband.
Yeah, well, he's from further south, so he's from more Appalachia. We are the extreme north of Appalachia. Extreme north. And it doesn't take long to get down into the heart. A little bit of West Virginia, a little bit of Kentucky, you're in the heart. And then you go on down into the Ozarks and all that. And then, the hillbilly Appalachians. The Hatfields and McCoys.
You just got it all figured out, don't you?
Well, I mean, I think on it. I think on that kind of stuff. Like it's considered not a handicap. I don't want to call it a handicap, but like a minority group, the Appalachians. Yes, it's considered a minority group, a at-risk minority group. Did you know that by the government?
I didn't.
Yep.
I mean,
like when you apply for loans and stuff, federal, you can claim that.
Does that mean I got to pay it back?
There's some debate about that too, whether or not certain people have to pay back certain things. But, if that's my money and your money and our money and people who paid into it, it's not the government's money. They pretend it's their money, but fuck them. They got enough money.
Well, how dumb are we anyway? Let's give our money
just keep letting it go.
We work hard for. Let's give our money to these people who are going to manage it and give it back to us in increments.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, it's supposed to be in subsidies and programs and things, and it's so poorly run that it's just a waste of money.
Well, it is, but all I'm saying is that we give it to somebody who because we just think we're too stupid to handle our own money.
Milton Friedman said it best. If you spend your money for you, you'll be wise with it. If you take your money and you're spending it on somebody else, you'll be even more wise with it. You'll be a little bit cheaper. But if you take somebody else's money and you spend it on you, you'll be less than wise with it. And the government takes somebody else's money and spends it on somebody else. So they don't give a shit.
Very true.
It's somebody else's money they're spending on somebody else. So they don't care. They just throw it away.
Yep.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Goddamn government. Now we are Appalachian. Take it out of my cold, dead hands, you sons of bitches. I work in the housewares department. Oh, yeah, Tisha would know about the bowls.
About bowls. I'm going to say tissue. Never mind.
Yeah, she worked in a couple different departments. Some of them were behind the scenes too.
She was telling me about that.
That she worked behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Doing handies? She worked in the handy department.
She did. She's handy to have around, I guess.
Yeah. She's on the amateur list down at Baby Dolls. I just want it noted that I told everybody you're not really a hoe, Tisha. And I told them to leave you alone. Don't be acting hoish towards you.
He's winking the entire time he says listen to me suck up to Tisha.
Well, she's like,
I'm feeling bad for Tisha. So
she may have mentioned to me that, she's like, these new people are going to think I'm actually a hoe. And I said to her, well, these new people are actually going to think I have a macaroni dick too. So what? She's like, well, that's probably more true than I'm a hoe. And I said, it might be. Yeah. That's not the point.
One of those two statements are true. I'll let you choose which one.
I'm just saying. Theater of the mind. All right. Let's
I
go
do
do
feel
our
sorry
stuff.
for Tisha. We do pick on her a lot.
I don't at all. She gives it right back.
We pick on her a lot, though.
She gives it right back.
I mean, tough. I don't feel sorry enough for her that I will stop doing it. I do feel sorry.
But that's why we have her on, too, though, because she's such a good sport about everything. She is our most loyal. She was our
said,
most loyal listener, and then she became our most loyal DJ. Now she's our head
she told
DJ.
me, she told me either yesterday or day before or something. She said, "Yeah, you fuckers, you have me on, and you don't say anything mean to me. I'm not."
She don't know what to do.
It when you said you just do it when I'm not there to defend myself.
It's a lot easier, right? It's a lot easier to throw stones at somebody when they ain't close enough to move away from you. They don't see them coming. All right, let's call it. It's Friday's show, and it's over. Thank you, WBAM, for tuning in and listening to me and Jen Niffer here on Morning Bull. Well, we don't like Gen X. So we got to come up with. Maybe we should have a contest.
I mean, we could.
Or maybe I should just quit saying the whole Bonley Johnson. Just say Bon and Jen.
I think you're putting way too much into this.
What else have I got to do? You got something better for me to do?
Yeah, actually, because we got shit to do, and then you have a golf cart to take care of. Because
I do. I can't wait to get that fucking thing done. It's driving me crazy.
Well, I'm not gonna ride around on a tractor.
You might. You might. Huh? You might. If I have the tractor out, that's what you're riding around on. I have seen
the tractor that you drive around, and I am not right.
It's a beaut. She's a 1974 301B.
It makes me think of my daddy. I actually love it, but still, I got to give you shit about something.
I know.
And I'm trying to motivate you to finish that golf cart.
I will because I have the other one. Then I have to do Geronimo.
When I come up, yes. When I come up to visit, I got to ride in style.
You will. Geronimo's pretty fucking sweet. Everybody that comes by the house is like, man, what is that? Does it really go 60 because the speedometer says 60? I'm like, no. I mean, after I get the new motor in, we'll see. But the old motor, no, 32 miles an hour is as fast as I could get it.
I just picture it going to, you know what? I got to thinking. I think we need to paint it like the Mystery Machine.
Too many of those already. There's so many.
Not an Advancer.
No, there are no Advancers. Actually, you know what? I take that back. There is one. I saw it on Facebook. There is a Advancer that's painted like the Mystery Machine. However, Coney said the first time he saw it, it reminded him of Star Wars. And when you look at it from the front, it does. It looks like one of them little fucking cleaning droids that used to run around the Death Star. The little tiny robots. Nobody ever pays attention to. That just
sucks all the fun out of the Advancer for me.
Yeah. You don't like Star Wars?
No. Do I look like I like Star Wars?
Yes, you do. You look like you could put your hair up like that. It would totally get you laid.
But that doesn't mean that I like it.
You don't have to like it. You're a girl. You're allowed. But the Vanster's still cool, and you'll still ride it. And its name is Geronimo.
Yes, I mean I still love the Vanster, but
I'm pretty much going to leave it the way it is. I'm not going to do anything to it, other than I'm putting some new wheels on it and a new motor, and that's it. She will be fuel injected.
So it's gonna look like my ride to the field.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's gonna look like. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time when you guys get here. We're still not ready for you, but we're working on it. We're gonna get shower doors this weekend.
Shut up! You keep talking. You said you were gonna go.
I know. I'm terrible about that. All right, WBAM, we love you, and we will see you Monday morning. Peace and love.
Mucho love.